he says, what's the reason that when eating camel's meat, this nullifies our ablution, our wudu? This is an issue of dispute among scholars. The majority of scholars say that this does not affect your wudu. Only Imam Ahmad, may Allah have mercy on his soul and on the soul of all of our great imams and scholars, only Imam Ahmad say that it nullifies wudu. And there's a dispute. And as Muslims, whenever there is a dispute between scholars, we do not look who has the biggest bicep or who has the majority backing him up. This is not the way that it goes in Islam. It's not per se a democracy. So the more you vote, the results are clearer. No, Allah says that if you dispute, refer it back to to Allah and to His Messenger, to the Quran and to the Sunnah. So now, the majority of scholars say it doesn't affect your wudu. Imam Ahmad, come please. Where did you get this ruling from? He said, okay, there is a hadith. Okay, if there's a hadith, we have to look into its authenticity. Scholars of hadith, is this hadith authentic? They said, of course it is. It is in Sahih Muslim. Whoa, Bukhari and Muslim, we cannot play with that, because they are the highest in authenticity in our literature, in our Islamic references. So what does the hadith say? The hadith clearly states that a man came to the Prophet ﷺ asking, if we eat mutton meat, the meat of a sheep, do we perform wudu? The Prophet said, if you wish. So he was asked again in the same incident, okay, what about if we eat camel's meat? Do we perform wudu? He said, yes. So the first one, he gave you the choice. If you wish, yeah, no problem. But in the second one, when he was asked about camel's meat, his answer was decisive. Yes. So what's the reason? We were not given the reason in the Quran and the Sunnah. And therefore, this is what differs or differentiates us from others. We are believers. Allah tells us to do something, we say we comply. No questions asked. Why is Fajr 2 rak'ahs, Maghrib 3 rak'ahs, Asr, Dhuhr, Asr, Isha 4? Why aren't they the same? No questions asked. You have to do as you're told. Sami'na wa ata'na. So likewise, this is the approach of those who follow the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ. They don't go out of the straight path. This is the path that the Prophet ﷺ walked. We walk before him. Don't the majority of Muslims know this, Sheikh? Why did the majority of the Muslims not follow this? Is it my problem? I have the Quran, I have the Sunnah, and this is in Sahih Muslim. So who should I follow? The Prophet ﷺ or the majority of scholars who are not infallible, who are human beings, who can make mistakes? So who would you follow, the Prophet ﷺ or the others? Therefore we follow the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ, and we go to bed and sleep like babies, knowing that when it is the day of resurrection, we are the only ones who will stand up tall, because we have nothing to be ashamed of or nothing to hide. Allah will look at us, and Allah Azza wa Jal would hold us questionable and accountable for our actions, and we will be proud that we followed the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ.